Look, if you're a man over 40 and you can get hard the first time, but the second round, your body taps out like it's hitting an invisible wall. You need to hear this. Because that struggle right there, that's not just aging. That's not being tired. And it's definitely not something you should be brushing off with a joke. What you're experiencing is your body trying to tell you something, loudly, and most guys ignore it until it becomes a full-on confidence killer. I'm talking about the moment where she's ready for round 2, and you're sitting there confused, frustrated, embarrassed, wondering, why the hell won't it work again? Here's the truth. If your erections can't come back for a second round, that is a sign of a deeper issue in your hormones, your blood flow, or your recovery system. And if you don't fix it now, it will not magically fix itself. But the good news? There are clear reasons this happens, and clear, simple steps to get that second round performance back. Stay with me, because what I'm about to break down is the part almost no doctor takes time to explain. And it works. I'm Dr. Camila Hayes, and for over a decade I've been helping men over 40 get their energy, hormones, confidence, and yes, their sexual performance back on track. I work with guys who are tired of feeling not like themselves anymore. Guys who want real answers instead of the same old prescriptions and quick fixes that never get to the root of the problem. And let me be real with you for a second. I've seen hundreds of men deal with this exact second round issue. Good, healthy men, dads, husbands, executives, blue-collar guys, all feeling like something is off, but too embarrassed or too stubborn to talk about it. You are absolutely not alone, and you're not broken. You just need someone who understands how a man's body changes after 40 and how to work with it instead of fighting against it. This is what I do every single day. Help men reclaim their strength, their drive, and their performance in a natural, evidence-based way. And today, I'm going to break it all down for you. So here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to walk you through the real biological reasons why your body struggles with that second erection, even when your mind is ready to go. We're going to talk hormones, blood flow, recovery time, stress signals, and the sneaky habits that quietly kill your performance without you even noticing. Then, I'm going to break down the 5 major culprits that stop men over 40 from getting a hard second round erection, and exactly what you can do to fix each one. Not vague advice, not try to relax, but actual practical steps that have helped my patients get their stamina and confidence back. And stay with me until the end, because the last tip, the one most guys have never even heard of, is the one that can literally flip the switch on your second round performance in a matter of days. If you've ever thought, man, why can't I bounce back like I used to? This video is going to answer that once and for all. All right. Before we jump into the fixes, I want to ground you in what's actually happening inside your body, because once you understand this part, everything else will make sense. And honestly, most men never get this explanation. They just get told, it's age, or try this pill, and that's it. That's not good enough. So let's break this down in real human language. When you were in your 20s, your body was like a fully charged smartphone, battery at 100%, fast, responsive, and you could open 20 apps at once with no slowdown. Round 1, round 2, sometimes round 3, your system could handle it because your hormones, your nerves, and your blood vessels were firing like a brand new engine. But once you hit 40, things change. Not because you're old, you're not, but because your biology shifts. Think of it like this. That once brand new smartphone now has years of updates, some worn-out battery life, and a couple of apps running in the background that you never asked for. It still works, just not automatically at 100% speed. So here's what's happening. First, your hormones start to move differently. Testosterone, your drive, your performance, your confidence chemical, naturally dips about 1% per year after your 30s. But here's the kicker. Stress, poor sleep, weight gain, and blood sugar issues can make that dip way steeper. So by the time you're 40, 45, 50, your body isn't producing the same fast recharge signal it used to after round 1. You're ready mentally, but your hormones are still catching up. Second, your blood vessels lose a little flexibility. You know how a garden hose gets stiffer when it's been sitting out in the sun for years? Same idea here. Your arteries don't expand as quickly as they used to, and round 2 requires a massive surge of blood in a short burst. Round 1 might be fine because you're fresh, but round 2 requires elasticity and rapid response. If your blood vessels are sluggish, you're not getting the pressure you need. Third, your nervous system changes. This one surprises a lot of guys. Erections aren't just down there. They start in your brain and your nerves. After 40, your body becomes more sensitive to stress and more protective of energy. So if your cortisol, your stress hormone, is high, your body literally blocks sexual signals because it thinks you're in danger, not in the bedroom. Round 1 often works because you're excited and fully engaged. But round 2? That's when your stress response kicks in and says, nope, we're shutting this down. Fourth, your recovery time increases. Men don't like hearing this part, but it's true. The refractory period, which is the time your body needs between orgasms, naturally gets longer with age. For younger men, it might be 5 to 15 minutes. For men over 40, it can stretch to 30 minutes, an hour, sometimes even longer, unless you support your hormones and blood flow. So if you expect your body to reboot instantly like it did at 25, you're going to feel disappointed and confused every time. And finally, there's the silent killer. Lifestyle drag. Little things add up. Sitting too much, skipping workouts, eating late at night, not sleeping enough, being stressed 24/7, carrying extra belly fat. These habits slowly choke blood flow, drain testosterone, weaken nitric oxide levels, and raise inflammation. And when you try to go for round 2, your body is like, bro, I'm tired. Here's the important thing I want you to take away. This isn't your fault. These changes happen to every man, but they're also fixable. Completely fixable. When a guy understands why his body acts this way, the embarrassment starts to fade. He stops blaming himself. He stops thinking something's wrong with him. And he finally shifts into problem-solving mode, which is exactly where I want you to be. Because once you understand the physiology behind second-round erectile strength, you can take back control. And trust me, you absolutely can. Now that you've got the background, let's go into the 5 major reasons your second-round erection disappears, and exactly what you can do to get it back. All right, fellas, let's start with the big one, testosterone. Most guys think, well, my T couldn't have dropped that much, or I still get morning wood sometimes, so I must be okay. Nope. That's not how it works. Here's the deal. Once you hit 40, your testosterone doesn't just gently drift downward. It can tank fast when you mix in stress, poor sleep, belly fat, and blood sugar issues. And testosterone is the hormone that helps you reset after round 1. Think of testosterone like the battery pack for your sexual system. Round 1 drains the battery a bit, but if your T is healthy, it recharges pretty quickly. If your T is low, that recharge is slow as molasses. Your brain might be saying, let's go again, but your hormones are stuck in traffic. Most men think the issue is blood flow. But honestly, I see way more second-round issues tied to low testosterone than low blood flow. What to do? Strength train 3 to 4 times a week, improve sleep consistency, lose visceral fat, check your fasting insulin and morning T levels. Reduce alcohol to 2 to 3 nights a week max. You fix testosterone and your second-round performance often snaps right back. Second, your blood flow isn't recovering fast enough. Now let's talk circulation. An erection is literally a hydraulic event. It's pressure. It's blood being forced into the penis and staying there. But round 2 requires your vessels to open quickly, almost like a fast refuel pit stop. Here's the problem. Over 40, your arteries naturally get stiffer. And if you've got high blood sugar, high blood pressure, or even mild inflammation, that stiffness gets worse. So they don't widen as fast as they used to. Picture trying to blow air into a brand new balloon versus an old stiff balloon that's been sitting in a drawer. Which one fills faster? Exactly. Round 1 works because excitement and nitric oxide are high. But round 2? The nitric oxide has dropped, the vessels are tired, and your body's not pushing blood like it should. What most guys mistakenly think, I just need more libido. No, you need better vascular recovery. What to do? Walk 10 to 12,000 steps a day. Add high-intensity bursts once or twice a week. Use beet powder or pomegranate extract for nitric oxide. Manage blood pressure. Stretch the hip flexors daily. It helps blood flow down there more than you'd think. When the circulation improves, round 2 becomes way easier. Third, your nervous system is stuck in stress mode. This one sneaks up on most men. Round 2 doesn't just require physical readiness, it requires mental relaxation. Not sleepy relaxation, but parasympathetic, I'm safe, I'm calm, everything's good, relaxation. That's the mode your erection system runs on. But here's what most men over 40 are dealing with. Work stress, family stress, financial stress, sleep deprivation, constant stimulation from screens, never-ending responsibilities. Your body is basically living in fight or flight mode. And guess what the fight or flight system shuts down first? Reproduction. The body treats sex like a luxury, not a necessity. So after round 1, when your cortisol spikes because of physical exertion or anxiety, your brain literally blocks your erection signals. It's like a temporary do not disturb sign. What to do? Slow, deep breathing for 2 minutes before trying round 2. Reduce caffeine after noon. Build recovery time into your week. Deal with chronic stress, don't ignore it. Prioritize sleep way more than you think you need to. When your nervous system calms down, that second erection becomes 10 times more reliable. Fourth, your refractory period has increased and you're fighting biology. Let's talk about something most men hate to admit. Your body needs more time between orgasms as you age. It's not weakness. It's not failure. It's literally how male physiology works. After orgasm, prolactin spikes. And prolactin basically hits the brakes on sexual arousal. Younger men bounce back fast because their prolactin drops quickly and their testosterone stays high. But over 40? Prolactin stays elevated longer and the drop in testosterone makes the brakes even heavier. So round 2 might not be physically possible immediately, even if you feel mentally ready. This is why some men can get a second erection later, maybe after 30 to 45 minutes, but not instantly. What most men get wrong, they think, if I push harder or concentrate more, it'll come back. Nope. That actually makes it worse because it triggers stress. What to do? Focus on pleasure and connection, not getting hard. Use light stimulation and teasing to rebuild arousal. Take pressure off yourself. Performance anxiety kills round 2 faster than anything. Give your body time to recharge instead of forcing it. When you honor the biology, you stop sabotaging yourself. Fifth, your blood sugar and insulin are working against you. Most guys have no idea this one matters, but it's huge, especially for men over 40. Even mild blood sugar issues can wreck erections, and second round performance is the first thing to go. Why? Because elevated glucose and insulin stiffen your blood vessels and damage nitric oxide, the chemical that creates erections in the first place. Here's the kicker. You don't have to be diabetic for this to mess you up. Prediabetes, belly fat, carb-heavy meals, late-night eating, all of it affects circulation and nerve function. Ever notice that after a heavy dinner or a few drinks, the second round is almost impossible? That's blood sugar and insulin, not tiredness. What to do? Keep carbs earlier in the day, walk for 10 minutes after meals, eat protein first at meals, lose inches around the waist, avoid late-night eating. Fixing blood sugar is one of the fastest ways to improve round 2 performance. Sixth, you're ignoring recovery sleep and micronutrients. This one sounds boring, but it's honestly a game changer. Your body uses zinc, magnesium, vitamin D, nitric oxide, amino acids, all of these, to create and maintain erections. But when you're stressed, overworked, and short on sleep, those nutrients get prioritized for survival, not sex. Round 1 still works because adrenaline and excitement carry you. But round 2 requires deeper resources: minerals, electrolytes, nitric oxide, and overall recovery. If you're running on empty, your body's going to send that energy to the heart, brain, and muscles, not your erection. What most men never realize, sleep is when your testosterone actually gets made. If you sleep 5 to 6 hours a night, your body is running on budget testosterone. What to do? Supplement magnesium glycinate. Get midday sun for vitamin D. Eat more zinc-rich foods. Get 7 to 8.5 hours of sleep. Reduce alcohol on weekdays. Hydrate better. This stuff sounds simple, but when you address it, erections, especially second-round erections, get dramatically better. I want to share a story about one of my patients. We'll call him Mark, because his situation is probably going to sound a lot like yours. Mark is 52 years old, successful career, great marriage, 2 grown kids, works hard, stresses harder. When he first came to me, he told me straight up, "Doc, I can get it up the first time, no problem. But it's like I fall off a cliff after that. My wife's ready for more, and my body is just done." He said it with that half-joking, half-defeated tone men use when they're embarrassed but trying not to show it. And I could see the frustration in his eyes, not just because of the performance itself, but because of what it was doing to his confidence and connection with his wife. So we dug in. Mark's lifestyle looked pretty typical for a man in his 50s. Long workdays sitting at a desk, high stress, grabbing whatever food was convenient, a couple drinks most nights, sleep that was more falling unconscious than actually resting. A little extra weight around the middle, nothing extreme. Just the usual slow, steady drift away from optimal health. He told me something that really stood out. Round 1 is great, but round 2, it's like my body clocks out and leaves me hanging. So we ran labs. And sure enough, his testosterone was low normal, which basically means low for a guy who wants strong sexual performance. His fasting insulin was high. His nitric oxide levels were low. And his sleep tracker showed he was waking up constantly at night. In other words, his body wasn't broken. It was overworked, under-recovered, and chemically set up to fail during round 2. Here's what we changed. Nothing crazy, no extreme diets, no magic pills, just targeted adjustments. We fixed his sleep routine. 1 hour earlier to bed, small magnesium dose at night, no screens the last 45 minutes. We cleaned up his dinner, more protein, fewer late-night carbs. We added 2 short walks a day, 3 strength training sessions per week, cut alcohol to weekends instead of daily, added a nitric oxide booster and zinc. And here's the part I love. 4 weeks later, he walks into my office looking like a teenager who just got away with something. "Doc, I don't know what you did, but my wife keeps asking what the hell happened to me." His second-round erections were back. His confidence was back. His energy was better. And his marriage? Let's just say his wife sent me a thank you note, which always makes me laugh. Here's the lesson from Mark's story. Second round performance isn't luck. It's not age. It's not just how it is. It's a health signal. And when you fix the underlying issues, your performance comes roaring back. I've seen this story repeat itself hundreds of times, and it can happen for you too. Myth number 1. If I can't get hard again right away, it means I'm not attracted to my partner. No, absolutely not. This is one of the most damaging myths out there. Men think, if I was really into her, I'd be able to go again instantly. That's not biology. That's insecurity talking. Here's the truth. Your second round erection has way more to do with hormones, blood flow, and recovery time than attraction. You can be wildly turned on, totally into your partner, and still struggle if your testosterone is low, your prolactin is high, or your nervous system is in stress mode. If anything, this myth creates tension and self-doubt that actually makes the problem worse. The truth? Your body isn't rejecting your partner. It's asking for support. Myth number 2. Just take a pill and everything will work again. Ah yes, the classic blue pill fixes everything myth. Look, ED meds absolutely have their place. I prescribe them to certain men. But they fix symptoms, not causes. Pills force blood flow in the moment, but they don't fix the things that actually allow your body to perform naturally. Your hormones, your nitric oxide, your stress response, your sleep. Here's the kicker. Most ED meds don't help much with second round performance anyway. The first round might be strong, but round 2 still struggles because the underlying issues, low testosterone, high prolactin, inflammation, poor recovery, are untouched. It's like putting premium gas in a car that desperately needs a tune-up. Nice gesture. Wrong fix. Long-term, natural performance comes from fixing your biology, not relying on a chemical crutch. Myth number 3. Men over 40 just have to accept slower performance. No, fellas. Do not buy into this lie. Are there changes with age? Sure, but they're manageable, fixable, and honestly, many men in their 50s and 60s end up performing better once they optimize their lifestyle and hormones. I have men in their late 50s telling me, I feel like I'm 30 again, and they mean it. The reason so many men accept poor performance is because nobody told them what's actually happening or how to fix it. They think it's just aging, when really it's high stress, low testosterone, poor circulation, bad sleep, wrecked blood sugar, no recovery time. That's not age, that's lifestyle plus biology screaming for help. You don't have to accept decline. You just have to understand it and address it. Myth number 4. If I try harder, I'll get it up for round 2. This one is painful because it works in reverse. Trying harder usually means more stress, more pressure, more performance anxiety, more fear of disappointing your partner. And the second you trigger stress, boom, erection gone. Erections don't respond to try harder. They respond to relaxation, confidence, and strong internal chemistry. Trying harder is like pressing the gas pedal when the tank is empty. Doesn't matter how hard you push, there's nothing in the tank. The real fix is supporting your hormones, your nitric oxide, and your nerves, not forcing something your biology isn't ready for. Bottom line, most men are basing their sexual confidence on myths, not science. And when you finally understand the truth, everything becomes fixable, and your second round performance becomes much more predictable. All right, guys, let's bring this home with a quick recap so you can walk away knowing exactly what to focus on. First, testosterone matters more than you think. If your T is low, your recharge system is slow, and round 2 becomes almost impossible. Second, your blood flow needs support. Your arteries stiffen with age, inflammation, and blood sugar issues. When you fix circulation, your performance improves fast. Third, Your nervous system controls everything. If you're stressed, wired, or anxious, your body flips off your erection signals, period. Fourth, your refractory period naturally gets longer. You're not broken. But you can shorten that recovery time by optimizing hormones, sleep, and arousal. Fifth, blood sugar is a silent erection killer. Even mild insulin resistance messes with nitric oxide and nerve function. Sixth, sleep, nutrients, and recovery are not optional. Your body needs them to produce testosterone, maintain nitric oxide, and sustain round 2 performance. When you address these 6 areas, not just one, your confidence, stamina, and second round strength come back naturally. No shame, no guesswork, just supporting your biology the way it wants to be supported. If this video hit home for you, if you're over 40 and you want your energy, your performance, and your confidence back, do me a favor, hit that like button so more men can find this info. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because I drop new videos every week that can genuinely change your health and your sex life. And hey, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me this. Which part of this video surprised you the most? Was it the hormone piece? The stress part? The refractory period? I read every comment, and I love knowing what's actually helping you. Also, I put a free guide down in the description for men over 40 who want to boost testosterone and improve performance naturally. It's simple, it's science-based, and it's the exact framework I use with patients in my clinic. Grab it. It's totally free, and if you're going through this right now, don't be embarrassed. Don't go silent. You're not supposed to figure this stuff out alone. You've got help right here. All right, fellas, remember this. You're not broken, you're not too old, and you're definitely not alone. Your body just needs the right support, and once you give it that, your confidence and performance can come roaring back. I'm proud of you for taking the time to learn this stuff. Most men never do. I'm Dr. Camila Hayes. Stay strong, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.